As we mentioned throughout this series, one of the biggest stumbling blocks to people getting more travel rewards credit cards so they can travel the world for free like Carson and I do is because they are sure it will hurt their credit to get more credit cards. We can explain until we're blue in the face that getting more credit cards has helped our credit scores. But on some level, it just doesn't connect. People keep saying, will it hurt my credit? I don't want to hurt my credit. I want to buy a house in 2 years. I can't risk my credit. Okay, here is a screenshot of my Discover FICO portal if you don't believe me. So here's the window into my FICO credit score provided by my no annual fee Discover It card. Notice the very good credit score of 782, which is good enough to get the best loan terms, 30 total accounts, and 15 years of length of credit, and 9% revolving utilization. That's actually a little bit high because I have a zero interest balance from a business expense, but that is probably keeping it below very good. And one credit inquiry, which is not at all stopping me from having a 782 credit score. If we go over to my Vantage score, which is recorded by Credit Karma, it's actually even better. Vantage score lists me as excellent according to my TransUnion credit report and excellent according to my Equifax credit report. And again, that is with 33 recorded accounts, one hard inquiry, 9% revolving utilization. You can see that it's gone up a little bit, so that's probably hurt my scores a little bit. And they take the stiffer view of credit age by taking the average of all of my accounts, so that's probably hurting me a little bit, but it's not stopping me from having Vantage score credit scores of over 800 in both cases. I want you to notice the total of 33 accounts, 9% revolving utilization, and the very good credit score, which is high enough for me to be the big swinging dick in almost any application situation. This video shows you, in front of your very eyes, the math that causes getting more credit cards to actually help your credit. I'm hoping that this makes potential benefits of more cards seem more like a reality and not a fiction that Carson and I have invented to fuck with you, along with everyone else who does the travel rewards hobby. Keep in mind, the video I'm about to show you is pretty old, so please forgive any poor audio quality, and thank you to my video team for dressing it up to make it more fun. I just feel like I got it right with the first one, and I don't feel like doing all the math over again, or doing that many drugs again. I don't do drugs.
What I want to do now is take you through kind of a thought experiment. Now, all of this is based on anecdotal evidence. I can't promise that if this is your exact situation, you do these exact things, exactly this is going to happen. There is no science, or at least not transparent science, to the calculation of credit scores. It's actually done behind closed doors a lot, but there's a lot of anecdotal and observational data on the market right now about how credit scores have been calculated, that we can make some assumptions on how this can work. But bear in mind, I'm not a CPA, I'm not a lawyer, I don't offer credit doctoring services, I'm not certified to do this, so take this advice with a grain of salt. I just want to open up your mind to how this happens and why this happens. But I've opened up so many credit cards, and this is what's happened to my credit score. All right, let's go over to a hypothetical example. Let's say we've got a guy or a girl who has a fair credit history, but has had some trouble with missed payments or derogatory marks on their credit in the past, and is starting at a little bit of a deficit. Their payment and derogatory mark history is fair. Let's recall that fair is 98% on-time payment history or up to one derogatory mark, and we'll put you in about this range of points for what it contributes to your credit. So I'm saying that in this fair range, this person has 250 points from their payment history and derogatory marks. Their utilization is good, maybe it's around 20% or a little bit less. So they get about 230 points added to their credit from utilization. Their age of credit history is fair. Let's say they've had their credit history be about, where is it? They've had maybe 4 or 5 years of credit history, maybe 6 years of credit history. So that's contributing about 110 points. Total number of accounts is poor. They have maybe 4, 5 revolving or installment accounts, and they're stuck at 50 points out of a total of 85 for their total number of accounts. It could be even worse. It could be as low as 30 points that they're getting out of their total number of accounts. But this is a person who's like, I never open credit cards. I don't want it to hurt my credit. And as a result, they have very few inquiries, and their rating in this regard is excellent. It's their only excellent, and they're getting a total of 80 points added to their credit score because of their excellent utilization history. Let's add those up and see what the credit score is. 720, which is good. You can get approved for a lot of credit cards with a 720 credit score. This is considered actually it's considered a fair credit score. See, the range of fair goes all the way from 670 to 740, but I've gotten approved for a lot of credit cards when I had a credit score of 720. But let's say we want to get into that great sweet spot of credit of around 740 or 750, when you get the best rates on mortgages and the best rates on car loans. You could do a couple of things. You could wait until your payment or derogatory history drops off your record. That could take 7 to 10 years. But let's take a different approach. Let's say that this person gets 6 new credit cards in 1 year. Wow, that's a lot of hard pulls, right? So what's that going to do? If you have 6 credit inquiries on your score, that takes you down to the poor category. Woof, right? Let's say that takes you down to 60. So what that's going to do is subtract 20 points from this person's inquiries category of their credit score, which again accounts for 10%. Fairly low percentage, but still that takes down another 20 credit points. Total number of accounts is going to improve a lot. That's going to go from 5 to 11, let's say. So this person could pick up 25 credit points. Yeah, from 50 to 75, could pick up 25 credit points just from applying for 6 credit cards in 1 year. Their age of accounts is not affected. Payment or derogatory history is not affected. That just takes time, 7 to 10 years to drop off. But their utilization does drop to a better category because this person has a lot more credit. Remember, they're not carrying large balances on these credit cards. They could never use these credit cards. In fact, it's probably for the best if they only use these credit cards occasionally. But here, their utilization is going to improve by about 10 points. So let's see what the credit score is looking like now. This stays the same. This gets added to this. This stays the same. Total accounts gets a big boost. Inquiries takes a hit. What's the credit score now? 735. This is a big improvement. Remember that Consumer Reports report that the best loan rates kick in at about 740, 750 at the max. It changes a little bit, but we're starting to make a lot of progress by opening up a lot of credit cards. You took a hit on your inquiries, but improved total number of accounts and utilization. Remember, this only works if you get approved for those credit cards. So make sure that you're applying for credit cards that you're pretty confident that you can get approved for, that are suitable for your category of credit. I talk more about that in other videos. But let's add another element into this equation. Let's say that 1 year passes, you do nothing else. Payment derogatory history doesn't change. Remember, this is going to take 7 to 10 years. Utilization stays the same, no effect. Age of account history improves maybe by 5 points. Total number of accounts, no effect. But what happens after that 1 year? You get those 20 points from those 6 inquiries back. So now let's look at what the credit score looks like after 1 year, as opposed to waiting 7 years for your payment history to improve. This stays the same. This stays the same. This improves by 5 points. This guy stays the same. And this guy gets the 20 points back. What's the credit score now? Boom, quantum leap. 760, we're up in the range of good. We went from fair to good in 1 year by opening and getting approved for 6 credit cards. It's not excellent, but remember what I said, Consumer Reports has never reported that the cutoff for the best rates on loans is above 750. So this person has improved their credit profile a whole lot by applying for and getting approved for 6 credit cards, letting 1 year pass, and letting the benefits accrue over a short period of time, as opposed to the long period of time it would take to improve the age of accounts or the payment and derogatory marks history on a credit account. So this is one reason why it makes sense to open more credit card accounts, because the utilization, age and history, and total number of accounts can more than offset the inquiries mark and accelerate improvement of credit compared to waiting for derogatory items to fall off your credit report. I really hope that this has helped you to think about credit in a little bit more of a holistic factor than one factor, my payment history, I can't do anything, or credit inquiries, oh my God, I'm gonna hurt my credit and it's gonna screw me over for the loans I want to apply for. I want you to think about how this is going to affect your whole credit picture and how your travel reward strategy might be affected by knowing that it can actually be a good thing to apply for more credit cards. Thank you so much for watching. Hope this has helped. If you have questions, leave them in the comments, and I'll see you out there.
Make sure to hit the thumbs up if you like this content, follow the channel, and hit that little bell icon so that your phone buzzes every time we vomit some content out there. Make sure to follow us at @CreditCarson and @PaulGreenemeyer on Instagram. Follow the Travel Punks on Facebook, and look for the Travel Punks podcast in all your podcast outlets.